does this man think that I owe him any level of respect, even the basic human decency respect?
I have been around. I turned 40 in a couple of months.
It's my first day in New York, and I decided today I'm going to go check out the finance bro.
Girl who was 10 years younger than me that he replaced me with. Really? I hate them both.
Women are always taught to sacrifice and put everything and everyone first, but never forget that your happiness matters.
You made me something to eat.
No, tell the full story. Don't lie.
Hey, shut up.
Never give a chance to an ugly man.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Now, before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
I have been going through a divorce for approximately 2.5 to 3 years now. And I know for a lot of you guys that's going to sound like a long time, but just keep in mind that it was COVID, I live in California, the court system was jam-packed, and aside from that, it's been a little bit more complex because of finances. If we had to give you a black and white answer as to why we were getting a divorce, it would be because my ex had an affair and continued to have an affair that we couldn't get past. However, the more complex answer and the more accurate answer would be that we should have never been married in the first place. We were kids and we are unequally yoked. Neither he is for me nor I for him. But I digress. I've told you guys in recent videos, the men continue to have audacity, an unprecedented amount of audacity in a recent disagreement with my ex, which I'm still debating on giving you guys a full story time on. Basically said to me that don't I think I owe him some respect. Google the definition of respect: a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something because of their abilities, qualities, or achievements, similar to holding somebody to a high regard, having a high opinion of them. I'm just wondering, in what world of delusion does this man think that I owe him any level of respect? Even the basic human decency respect is questionable. Here's the definition of delusion, in case any of you guys were wondering: a false belief or judgment about an external reality when the evidence is to the contrary. I am genuinely baffled as to how it would be expected of me to owe this person respect when in my marriage this person did not respect me, when in my marriage this person was sleeping with me while sleeping with another woman and exposing me to another woman's bodily fluids without my knowledge. But now, in 2.5 years after separation and living my own life, I should consider this person's feelings and owe them at least some form of respect. The delusion and the audacity is real.
Yeah, see, I don't buy none of that. I mean, that could very well be the case. So I'm not going to say she's completely wrong. Only thing, what do therapists do? Therapists, they don't take the woman's side. They don't take the men's side. A therapist will sit down with both parties and hold both parties accountable. The same way you have to be with any modern woman, because she's on TikTok selling her side. We have yet to hear his side. We have no idea what she was doing during the marriage. And to be honest with you, I'll be real. Seeing this hot mama, because she's kind of hot, right? With her boobs all out, boobage all over the place. She's done some things. But let it continue.
Giving very much random man in Atlanta vibes, but maybe we should do random man in Rancho vibes, since you guys don't need to know who he is. And without telling you guys the full story, it wasn't like I blatantly went up to him and disrespected him, called him out of his name, nothing. I was simply living my life. That's it. Just me being single and doing whatever I want to do with whomever I want to do it with. That is what made him feel disrespected, to the point where he decided to tell me that don't I think I owe him some respect. The longer I sit here and reflect on that discussion and everything that transpired, the more thankful I am that I'm no longer in that space. Imagine having to still be in a relationship with somebody who lives in a world of delusion, who makes up their own definitions of what respect is and how it is owed to them, despite what they have done to you, without them acknowledging what they have done to you or their actions. Imagine still living in that. This is 2.5, 3 years later, and this person still feels like I owe them some form of respect. Imagine me still being in that situation and living that every single day, what I would be going through. I would literally be living in a world where I'm constantly fighting his ideas, his stories, whatever he tells himself, constantly fighting that with common sense, with logic. And I would never win because you just can't beat somebody like that. Because they will be dead set on the story they tell themselves, because that's the story that feeds their ego. That's the story that continues to make them feel up here. Nah, I'm cool off that. We good over here.
I'm sure I'm just one of those guys that don't buy everything you hear.
I want to talk about why I've quit dating apps again. Full disclaimer, I know that dating apps work for some people, but so far, they haven't worked for me. It's unbelievable, isn't it? And I definitely know they work because my brother and his fiance are getting married next month and they met on Bumble. But so far for me, that hasn't been the case. And I have been around. I turned 40 in a couple of months. So since dating apps first came out, I've used them. I've met people. I've dated people. But I have never ended up in a relationship off the back of a dating app. Let me know about your experiences in the comments and what dating apps you use. If they've been particularly successful, share. But I just find that what happens is I end up going on a dating app, swiping through, and it's just like I collect matches, but no one's really willing to kind of talk and actually get involved in a conversation. It's just these kind of like weird questions that we're like, hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. How are you? Yeah, I'm good. And then nothing. And then like maybe 3 days later, I guess when someone's bored, they'll come and decide to talk to you again. And I feel like for me, at the stage of my life that I'm in now, where I'm looking for like a serious, committed, long-term relationship, possibly even marriage, I just find that I end up getting more frustrated, not just sexually frustrated, but there's that as well, than anything else when I'm using dating apps, because it's just like, what is the point? And of course, I would much rather meet people in person. But the thing is, when it's cold outside, I don't really want to go outside. Like, I'm also at a place in my life where as I approach 40, I've got a group of friends who are kind of married, settled down, kids, family. Then I've got kind of younger friends who are single and out there. And the kind of stuff that they're going to, I don't necessarily want to go to. So basically, I don't know what the solution is. But I do think that dating apps, yes, they work for some people. But it's kind of like Love is Bloody Blind, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's based purely, Love is Blind is supposed to prove that it's not based on appearance, but it just proves that it is based on appearance, because they're all essentially good looking people, and then if they don't fancy each other, the whole thing doesn't work out. So there you go. But with dating apps, you don't have the added element of chemistry and personality and what that brings to attraction. You're just seeing pictures and there's no investment, is there? It's like, I haven't met this person, I don't really know if I like them, so there's no actual investment. Whereas if you meet someone in person, you think, yeah, I really like this person, then you're more willing to actually talk to them.
No wonder you're single.
Get to know them and, you know, actually meet them and spend time with them and invest in them. Whereas when it's on a dating app, it's almost like, you know, you're just ordering food or whatever. It just, I don't know, it's like the connection is missing. Let me know about your experiences with dating apps, or if you're like me, you've deleted them all because you've had enough. Yeah, that's fine as well. Tell me about that. And full disclaimer, I probably will download them again at some point.
That's her problem. She wants to meet people and have that connection in person. That's why she's 40 and unmarried, because you've been flawed your whole life, meeting men in person and feeling a connection, because most men don't give you a connection. That's true. So you feel better meeting him in person, meeting that guy that appealing to the eye, appealing by the way he talks to you. That right there has let women down the darkest rabbit hole, most coldest rabbit hole. Why? Because it left you all single and alone.
My thoughts, your opinion. It's crazy. I've had women ask me, like, you know, do you think this guy likes me? Like, he's doing X, Y, and Z, but he's not doing X, Y, and Z. If you have to question if a man is feeling you or likes you, 9 times out of 10, he ain't really feeling you like that. From my experience, I've had men apply pressure. I'm talking about, you just know it, and it wouldn't be in a sense of love bombing or anything like that. You would just know, you would genuinely know if a guy's really feeling you. If you can say that you genuinely like yourself, you should know whether or not a man likes you off of how you treat yourself. If a man isn't taking you out, he's not whining down at you, he's not treating you with respect, sis, big, cousin, grandma, he don't like you, honey. Okay? Let it go. Find you a man that really likes you for who you are, that appreciates you, that takes you out and lets you know that you're the woman for him. Okay? Buy some sea moss though.
Yeah, see, the problem is most women are trying to appeal, make themselves look beautiful to guys that they don't qualify for, right? Even the guys that are not broke. Like, say a woman comes up to a man, because that's what most women, slightly overweight, and a man's like me, right within the perfect BMI, and then a woman is just trash, right? That's what's happening a lot out there. And those women are getting the time of day. They're getting smashed and dashed. And that's what's happening to a lot of women coming to her and asking questions like that. But never ending cycle. It's gonna keep happening until the sun burns up and until we all going home. It's gonna keep happening.
It's my first day in New York, and I decided today I'm going to go check out the Finance Bros and Brooklyn Bridge and that side of New York. First of all, I had to work out how the subway worked. It's pretty similar to London, so I had no trouble getting on and off. The only difference is that you don't have to tap out, but I don't mind. I never tap out. I just have to fit in here that I did have to change my trousers because I had a monthly women's issue mishap, and so I had to go buy trousers and boxers. I then went to go find myself a husband. I was feeling extra bullish at the moment. That's my little crypto reference, if anyone knows what that is. Elon Musk would love me, and not because of my fat back, but this is me walking up to the Brooklyn Bridge. I had to get back on the subway to then go up to here, but honestly, this is one of the most beautiful things, and I was so lucky with the weather as well, because look at this.
Same thing. She delusion. I'm gonna go meet a finance bro. She thinks because of that fat back, as she explained, which she tries to show off in all of her videos, right? A man's gonna be smitten over her. Look, lady, it takes a lot more than the fat back. Those guys on Wall Street, big money guys, they already have situations straight. A lot of those guys are out in Long Island, in mansions. Some of them are out on the Hamptons. Some are, you know, in the middle, in between the regular homes, but still nice homes on Long Island. They're set. They're settled. Woman like you, I'm sorry, but you have no chance. Maybe you'll find a guy somewhere in the city as you go out at night drinking. Try your luck at that because you probably have no chance, to be real with you.
That girl who was 10 years younger than me that he replaced me with.
Really? I hate them both. Have you ever been driven just mad with jealousy by your ex's new partner?
I can remember being so aware of the day he married her. And I remember being at home in my apartment where I lived by myself, all alone, probably eating loads of chocolate and just getting through the day because there was nothing I could do to stop the day from happening. It was happening.
Are we talking about Marty here?
No, this wasn't Marty. This is a later one.
You can't make this up.
No way. What happened?
Yes, so this was...
See, you see how she's talking to the other woman? They're talking like the two wicked witches of the West, too. Like, yeah, I would plot on him. Evil thing. Why I would plot on him. Evil things, like the more evil things while he was at work. And then one day he said he got tired of it. I'm going to get a younger woman. I look like the wicked witch. She looked like a witch too. She's in the crazy. With those glasses, men are done. Men are done. And that was a well-to-do guy too. Probably she had a finance bro, just like the other girl was looking for, because that's what they're looking for. So she felt it when he left. And she cried. And it was sorrowful on his wedding day because he left her for a younger woman. Her ex is probably as one of those guys that traveled to distant lands to find woman because it's something she wasn't doing at home. She probably was, but still, something's missing. And age is a big thing. You aged out. That's what happened. And sad that he left. It is sad, but it happened.
So I was talking to a male friend of mine the other day, And he told me that women don't apologize and women can't be held accountable. That's about right. That's about. And I began to really think deeply about this idea. And one of the things that came across my mind is, in the last 9 months or so of me being in my private practice, I have myself experienced many women, whether they came in as a couple or they came by themselves, they very abruptly discontinued their therapy. And I started to reflect and really think, what was going on here? And I noticed that after I had to confront them about something, I had to bring to their attention something they were doing that wasn't contributing to the health of the relationship, they became very defensive and very, just very harsh, and they stopped coming. And even though the husband would continue to come, he made it very clear that, yeah, she won't apologize. She thinks you're wrong. She thinks you're taking my side. And I began to really reflect, like, oh my gosh, is it true that women don't apologize?
Oh, absolutely.
Is it that women struggle with being held accountable? I'd love your thoughts on this. Me personally, I think it has to do with a person's level of emotional maturity. What do you think?
I agree. And that's probably why the guy left her in the dust for another younger woman. Because this is why guys date younger women. They're not corrupted yet. Most of them are not corrupted yet. Like, say if a guy has like her, a 35-year-old woman, 40, he goes for a younger one. He may get her. She may not have a lot of bodies. Plus, she's younger. Plus, she's ready to have children. Her eggs are fertile. Plus. It's just different. And men are choosing the latter.
One thing we should all learn from men as women is putting ourselves first. A man will leave a woman with kids all because he's putting himself first. A man will choose to cheat on you all because he's putting his happiness first. A man will lie to you all because he's protecting his peace. So in conclusion, as a woman, stop being selfless and start being a little bit more selfish.
I was about 22 years old having breakfast with my daddy at a restaurant when he asked me about my relationship. And I could feel myself about to cry. And I was like, well, Daddy, I want to break up with him, but he keeps making me feel like I'm the only person he has in the whole world. He said, and I quote, Shonda, if that boy had found somebody else, he would have left you in a second. Men will put themselves first, regardless of it being inconvenient, regardless of what all you've done for them. They will still do what's best for them. They don't care if you've moved cross country to be with them. They don't care if you've just had their baby. They don't care if you've just been diagnosed with cancer and you really could use their support. Women are always taught to sacrifice and put everything and everyone first, but never forget that your happiness matters. You're not going to good deed your way into making him a better man than he already is. So I don't care if you were with him when he had nothing and now he has everything. I don't care if you supported him and let him live with you rent free. I don't care what you've done for him. It's not going to make that man into a better man than he already is.
This is the problem, right? Women take their experience they have with the man they've been with and put it on all men. There's a reason why men are not talking to women now.
What's done is done.
Because it's not all men. Right? Am I wrong? It's not all men. She does that a lot. I've seen a lot of her reactions. She breaks things down as if it's all men. You can't do that, right? You can't, because you're going to carry it like that, and you're going to see it like that. And any little sign that you see of anything wrong, see, you're going to say, see, it's all men, told you. And that's not the case. Got to do better.
So I just canceled a date with a man. It is a Friday night. I have no plans, no roster, nothing. So I'm going to go for a 6-mile run, because what else am I going to do on a Friday night? And honestly, I am very proud of myself for doing this. It's very strict around here these days when it comes to these men. And that's why I'm back to dating older, rich, white men, because they are just reaffirming my standards are not too high. I'm not asking for too much. This guy that I'm supposed to go on a date on or whatever was the one I met out in the wild that was on my last vlog, the one who bought me those tacos after I was catfished by that 52-year-old man. And he got my number like 2 weeks ago, ghosted for a week, and texted me early in the week, I would love to get together and do something. I was like, cool, let me know. That was on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday goes by. Oh, I'm so sorry, I was busy with work. How about Friday? Are you free Friday? And I was like, sure, I'm free Friday. I don't understand. Work is not that busy to send a text message. So I said, sure, I'm free Friday. Where are we going? What's the plan? And he goes,
You know, she would have said he works at a restaurant, not an operation room. She must be young-minded. If the man works at a restaurant, sometimes a restaurant can be busy, like an operation room. Yes, it can. Have you ever watched Hell's Kitchen or any show? You watch any one of those shows, you get the full. You see, wow, a restaurant. Or have you ever worked in a restaurant as a waiter? No, I've had those jobs. It's extremely busy. What are you talking about? That's why he couldn't get. He had to reschedule. You listen to them talk, and then you find the holes in their story every time.
and he goes, oh, we can go to this sushi place like down the street from his house in Wicker Park. I don't like when they say it's down the street from their house. I live in River North. I'm like, okay, go to sushi. And then he sends some weird cryptic messages like, I can't promise it'll be a good time, but, you know, we'll have good food. And I just said, what is... I was already, like, very much turned off. But I'm like, maybe I'm too strict. So Friday morning comes today, and it's like 10:30 a.m. And I was just like, something in my gut is like, I don't want to go. And that's why I texted him like, hey, can you confirm like the time of the reservation and like the location? And I don't hear from him all day. 2 o'clock comes around, and in my gut, I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to go. I don't even want to go. And I reach out again, and I'm just like, hey, just wanted to check in. Like, are we still... Because all of me would have, like, honestly just ghosted, cut him off. But I was like, maybe that's why I'm single. So I'm like, let me lower my standards just a little bit. So I text him that, and he's like, oh, so sorry. Like, so busy with work. Yeah, let's meet at 8 o'clock. Does that work for you? And I was like, well, I thought we agreed to 6 earlier in the week. Why are we moving to 8? I made up some excuse telling him, like, hey, I have, like, opportunities to have other plans right now. Like, are we meeting or not? Like, let me know. And then he sends some long message just like, well, if you want to hang out with your friends, whatever, we can schedule for another time. Tell him, well, I'm not going to be free till, like, the end of September because I'm a busy girl. And he was like, yeah, let's just schedule for like 2 weeks out. And I told him, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to be interested in 2 weeks. And then I honestly just cut to the chase. I was like, you know, I don't really get the sense you're interested, and I'm really not used to the nonchalant. I'm not used to there's no pursuit. Like, you're not showing, like, you're not planning the date. And then he sends back some message, and this is already too much back and forth. I already know I should not have done this, but I'm trying to communicate better. He sends back some message just saying like, oh, well, I'm new to dating, and to be honest, I'm not someone that is a Google Calendar, or nothing would get done if everybody like planned things out in advance like that. And this man is 33, by the way. This man is 33, and I lowered my standards a lot as far as like giving him a chance. Like, but anyway, I ended up telling him that. And I felt good just expressing, hey, I don't even want to go. Like, I'm not even interested. You're clearly not interested in me. Like, he ended up sending a whole bunch of messages like, I am interested. I'm new to the dating game. I haven't had a lot of dating experiences. But I'm like, you can't even just plan a date. Like, I almost started to spiral and internalize, why am I not good enough to have a date plan for me? And I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. Not today. So we're going to go on a run. So I saved us both time, I guess. I don't know. But also very sad, because I'm just like, where are y'all finding men that actually plan dates that are your age, that are age appropriate? Okay? Again, I'm not sacrificing on standards here, but it seems to be men over the age of like 38 through 45 are the only ones who like treat me right. And it's fine, but it's like, okay, I'm coming to terms. I'm gonna have to date a man who's like peaking retirement age.
That ugly dude in the corner, that bald guy, the skinny fat guy, the short king, that you're thinking of giving a chance to because they seem like a nice guy, kind and understanding, is going to you later on. Yeah. They're going to treat you worse than any other attractive asshole. Worse. Every single time, without exceptions. These types of men have been brewing and marinating in hate and disdain for women because they had to watch all the other men, all the other dudes get.
Look at you!
And they felt left behind. They felt inferior. So they start hating women.
Stop it. Get some help.
Instead of blaming.
First thing she's doing is canceling out all men. She just canceled out the majority. Most of the United States. Because most of the United States are those men. You said, forget all the rest of the men. That's what you just said. Only date Chad and Tyrone, 6 feet, 6 figures. She just said it. Never give ugly man a chance. It's ridiculous.
Blaming patriarchy in society and beauty standards, ridiculous beauty standards, they blame women. Why? Because they feel entitled to women. Doesn't matter what situation they are in, what kind of personality they have,
Presumptuous.
what kind of appearance they have, what they look like. They feel entitled, and they have been sitting in anger for years. Years. So when they get a chance with a conventionally attractive, beautiful woman who is out of their league, they're not going to treat her like she's God sent. No. They're going to unleash years of anger and frustration on her because they felt entitled to these types of women and they couldn't get any. And now that they have the chance, never give a chance to an ugly man because you think that he's going to treat you better because he seems nice. If you are not attracted to him, which I don't understand why you would be attracted to him, to any man, but if you are and you think of giving him a chance because he seems like a nice guy who is going to treat you well,
It's time to stop.
Don't.
I bet you she's single, not married, telling another woman what to do. Always.
How about I have one of you step outside and talk to me
I
for just a
can't.
minute?
My foot is messed up, so you can come in the house. And I'll
Okay.
clean this up.
All right. Are you the son right
Yes,
now?
he is.
Okay. How about you come out here and talk to me for a minute, bud?
Stephanie.
All right. I'm gonna let that door close. Here, come over here and stand over here for me for just a second. So, tell me what's going on.
The usual.
What does the usual mean?
When she like this, you know, stuff happen.
Okay. What do you mean? You got to be a little bit more descriptive, man. Saying when she's like this stuff happens doesn't really help anything. So tell me what led up to this tonight.
Okay, so I walked in the kitchen and made me something to eat. I made me something to eat.
No, tell her the full story. Don't that lie.
Hey.
Shut up.
I wonder why. Hey, I'm.
I'll
come and talk to you.
You mind if I okay, so I guess she went grocery shopping or whatever, right?
Okay.
I was on the couch playing the game or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
My sister Stephanie, she brought the groceries in. I'm thinking she put the groceries up because you know she brought them in the house.
Okay.
So I'm sitting. I was playing the game because I'm thinking, all right, everything okay.
Mm-hmm.
I walk in the kitchen and go make me something to eat. I see the groceries on the counter, and then I open the fridge, and then the fridge is not, you know, the groceries can't fit in there. So I asked my brother Anthony to take out the stuff so the groceries could fit in the fridge, right?
Okay.
I asked him once. I didn't say nothing else to him. I asked him once, and I said, okay, let me go tell her. I went to go tell her, right?
Tell who is her?
My mom.
Okay.
I went to go tell her, right? And I told her, can you make Aunt rearrange the fridge so I can put the groceries in?
You notice that the groceries are on the counter.
Yes.
And then you ask him if he could rearrange the fridge, and then
Yes,
what
so
you just said here is that he said no.
He told me no.
Okay,
so I
then
went to go tell her.
Okay, you went to tell your mom.
And she said, and I came back in the living room. She said, She said, oh, she was telling me to come back in her room. I went back to her room. She was like, oh, why you being a pussy? Why you acting like a all
Now, you see this here? Now, let me break it down. Let me break down what happened. You seen the cop did it right, he brought him outside, right? But you saw the attitude he gave his mother. Because he gave his mother an attitude. That came from her. That came from her raising a man on her own, right? Because that's something I would have never done, right? Or any other guy with a father would have had respect. And then you saw when she lashed out, you better not effing lying. He said, shut up. And then he showed those female characteristics. He may not have them that bad. That's why he's calm. He remained calm, didn't lash out, waited for the cops to get there. But still, this is the problem that single mothers call. And single mothers are not meant to raise the man child, which is a teenage man growing up, needs to be raised by a man. And it's sad because a lot of these guys are ended up in jail. Who knows? He may be the next one to lash out and put a knife on somebody. It's never in a cycle, man. You already know what's going on, and it's sad. I feel bad for him because I'm sure he realizes, and everybody realizes, all guys realize, it's definitely more to life than dealing with a woman like that.
We agree.